Greetings, my friends. Are you interested in the unknown, the mysterious, the unexplainable? Then we are following a fantastic story for you. This afternoon, a small plane carrying 5 passengers and a lone pilot crashed near Angle Beach near Mount Pearl. Well, this tragedy is news in itself. The real story, released only to our station, is in the cause of the crash. According to the secret reports that are based on radio transmissions from the flight and eyewitness reports, this plane went out of control after being encountered with a UFO. My friends, can your hearts stand the shocking fact that we might be visited by aliens from outer space? That's right, beings from another planet, identified by the most reliable source, the pilot and the surviving passengers of the doomed plane behind me. As always, I will continue to bring you the latest information as the story develops. This is Mike Criswell reporting for EW News.
Cameron. Yeah, okay, I'm on my way. I knew I had to deal with a plane crash today. I would have had more coffee. Turn off there. Oh my, what a mess. Marla, what do we got?
These 2 are dead.
And the others?
BP is dropped. We've got to bleed.
Okay, well you go take care of that then, and I'm going to call in so that they know what we've got. Cameron here, I'm at the crash site. Yes, we've got 2 dead, 1 with a severed hand, head injuries, and 2 minor injuries. Very good.
Where are you hurting? This looks blue.
So we'll cover them up then and have the ambulances take them away last. Okay, it's gonna be fine. The ambulances are on their way. Just breathe with me. Just breathe. Okay? Just breathe with me again. Your injuries are minor. It's going to be fine. The ambulances are on their way. Are you okay, honey? Do you need anything?
No, I'm fine.
Now, where do you think you're going? The doctor told me to make sure you stay put. Now get your butt back in that chair.
Did you hear that?
I heard something.
I don't like hearing noises, especially when there ain't supposed to be any.
Yeah, it's kind of spooky.
Maybe we're just getting old and our minds are playing tricks on us.
Yeah, something like that. It's gone now anyway.
That's what's best for us too.
Yeah.
Gone.
Just get.
Did you get a good look at the mourners? They all look like vampires or ghouls.
Well, they were part of a gothic rock band, you know, they look like that. Yeah.
Do you smell that?
It smells something.
Whatever it was, it seems to be coming from back there.
I think the graves are up this direction.
Let's make it quick. I want to get out of here.
Oh, don't be such a wimp. There's nothing up here that will hurt you.
This place is creepy even for somebody like me.
Second police car siren I've heard tonight. It's strange to hear one in this part of town.
I think there's something going on down at the cemetery. There's a lot of lights down there. I can't really see anything. Oh well, whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be in the papers tomorrow.
Are you okay? Are the sirens bothering you? You seem to still be up there somewhere.
Maybe I am.
It must have been difficult. I don't think I've ever seen you in a mood like this before.
I guess it's because I've never felt like this before.
You want to talk about it?
This is gonna sound crazy, but I saw a flying saucer. A real flying saucer.
What?
No, it was like a huge disc with a dome on top of it. Dan and the other passengers saw it too. When it flew over, there was a huge burst of light. We were all blinded, and then there was a tremendous gust of wind, and the tail section snapped right off. I only had a small amount of control, and all I could do was make the landing a little gentler.
You saved 4 lives, including your own.
I guess you're right, but I can't help but think of the 2 people that didn't make it.
You can't think of those 2 poor souls. No one expects you to avoid a flying saucer. Besides, I'm sure you're not the only person who saw it.
Paula, are you okay?
I'm okay. At least you don't have to worry about nobody believing you now. Everybody in town must have seen that.
Well, they had 2 people killed a few days ago. Okay. Went down there. Yeah.
I came here and saw it.
There you go, sir. We found him.
The guy and girl over there.
Lieutenant, did you get their statements?
Much I could, sir. They're really shook up and scared.
Well, finding a mess like this ought to make anyone scared. Take the two of them to the hospital. Get one of the guys to do it. They look kind of pale. Could be in shock.
Yeah, well, you know, it's makeup. They're goth.
What? Makeup?
Goth, yeah.
Whatever. Take them anyway.
Oh, what the hell was that?
Is everybody okay?
Oh, I think so.
You alright?
Okay.
You okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna go take a look around.
Yeah, where you going, sir?
Just take a look around like I just said.
Yeah, well, be careful. Don't go beyond those trees over there. If you need help, we won't be able to hear you.
I'm a big boy, Harper. I can take care of myself.
Jeez, it looks like a bobcat tore apart.
Hey, Lieutenant. Smell an awful odor.
Yeah, I wonder what it is.
Well, sir, he's dead.
Oh, crap.
Do you think that thing in the sky did this?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh, Inspector Clay. Body is missing.
Come on, we're gonna have to get back to the office. Need a special call. Need help with this.
My friends, first we received the shocking news of a local tragedy. A small plane crash was likely caused by a UFO. Now, we are receiving reports that spacecraft are appearing throughout our city. They have been seen by the general public as well as members of the police force, leaving us with the burning question here at EW News. Who are these aliens and what do they want? Stay tuned to the station as we follow this intriguing story. Mike Criswell reporting for EW News.
Come in. Dr. Edwards, Captain Tyler. Please close the door. You can be seated there.
Thank you.
Now, Dr. Edwards, I understand that you are somewhat of a resident expert on flying saucers. You've been called in on a number of investigations so far?
Yes, most of my research has been on the possible alien phenomenon.
Let me ask you something straight out, Doctor. Do you believe there are such things as flying saucers?
Well, I like to refer to them as UFOs, but yes.
Have you seen any?
Yes, lots in fact.
Well, that's exactly what I was hoping you would say, because it's true. There are UFOs. They are currently in our skies, and frankly, they're just waiting to attack.
What are we going to do about them?
Right to the point. Exactly what I like to hear. Well, this is where you guys come in, actually, because this is not the first alien attack on our planet.
My research has led me to believe that there has been other encounters.
Well, it's true. In the 1950s, just outside of Hollywood, there was an alien attack. Luckily, the government at the time took advantage of the location and wrote it off as a flying saucer on a movie set that had just gone wrong. The upper echelon at the time were able to completely cover it up. It was the whole B-movie defense.
Are you saying there's actually physical proof of UFO's existence?
Yes, and we've had contact with them over the years.
Contact? How?
Well, aside from the wreckage from the initial crash, we've intercepted a number of radio transmissions.
They speak our language?
Well, not exactly. Initially, we just received a lot of jumbled noise, but over time we were able to develop a language computer that breaks down any language into our own, and hence we were able to understand. Well, we understand that you've been researching this for quite some time, and we feel that you're the right man to coordinate a defense, if need be. Do you feel that you're up to the task?
I'd like to think so, but from what I've seen from their technology, it seems to be a lot advanced compared to ours. Do we have any sort of weapon to counteract it?
It's called an ion hunter. It's a small warhead that can be fired from any long-range weapon, and when the ion charge is released from its shell and hits the alien ship, it disrupts all the electrical impulses on board and essentially leaves it dead in the air.
Have any of these warheads been tested?
Only in lab and computer simulations. Have you ever been to Newfoundland, Dr. Edwards?
Yes, I attended a conference in St. John's a couple of years ago. It was a nice place.
Good. So you're somewhat familiar with the area. We'll be sending you to a small city just outside the capital. It's called Mount Pearl. We've had some reports in just this morning from the local police. Apparently there have been low-flying spacecraft that have knocked locals flat to the ground with their exhaust. And there's also been some reports of landings. So we're going to be sending you there in the morning because we feel you are our best chance at a good defense. Dr. Edwards, you'll be in charge of coordinating the defense. Captain Tyler, you'll be the tactical officer.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
We truly feel that you two are the best men for this job. That's why we're sending you to Mount Pearl to find those aliens, contact them, find out what they're after, and if they turn out to be hostile, you have the authority to use the maximum power to defend yourselves and our planet. And that means the Ion Hunter.
Understood.
Now I have some confidential documents for you to read on the plane. When you arrive in Mount Pearl, you're to turn them over to intelligence there and they'll have further orders for disposition.
Thank you.
And gentlemen, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, Commander, what do you have to report?
We've returned to the station to make the final preparations to attack and take over the Earth.
And what progress has been made so far?
It's been impossible to work through these Earth creatures. Their souls and minds are too controlled. But using explosive selenite charges throughout the planet, the explosions will kill every living human, and then using our long-distance electrodes shot into the pineal pituitary glands of the recent dead, we can resurrect the bodies and have full control of the planet.
Have you attempted any of this plan so far?
Yes, Excellency.
And have you had any success?
We've risen 3 so far. We shall be just as successful with everyone else.
The living, they have no suspicion of your movements?
We had to dispose of one policeman. However, none of those risen have been seen, at least not by anyone who remains alive.
It is unfortunate we have to proceed in this way. However, those whom we take from the grave will aid us in completing our plan.
Yes, Excellency.
Continue. Report to me again in 2 Earth days.
Report to me in 2 Earth days.
What do you think will be the next obstacle the Earth people will put in our way?
Humans are not generally a very smart race, but there are those among them that can pose problems for us. But with the help of those brought to a simulated life by our electro guns, we should be able to handle any problems along the way. You know, it's interesting when you consider the humans who can think are so frightened of those who cannot, the dead. Well, we'd better get underway.
still think you should go and stay with your mother until I get back.
Oh, Jeff, this is our home and nothing's going to take me from it. Besides, don't most men try and keep their wives from going home to Mom?
That's not the point.
That's all the point there's going to be. Now you better get going or else you're going to be late for that meeting with your professor.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Of course I'm right. And Jeff, if you see any more flying saucers, will you tell them to find some other house to buzz?
Yeah, I'll do that. I just wish I could be sure that you'll be safe here.
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
Honey, you're the only thing I do worry about. Just forget about those flying saucers. Hopefully they're gone now. It's that cemetery I'm worried about. There's something going on there, and it's just too close for comfort.
Well, the saucers are up there, and the cemetery's out there, but I'll be locked up in there. Safe and sound.
You promise you'll lock the doors immediately?
I promise. And besides, before I know it, it'll be time for bed, and I'll have your pillow beside me.
My pillow?
Yeah, well, sometimes in the night when it does get a little lonely, I like to have your pillow beside me to snuggle, and it doesn't seem so lonely anymore.
I do love you, babe.
I love you too. Now you better get going. That's it. I don't care what Jeff said. I have to go see what's out there. Too close for comfort. Hello? Oh, I'm fine now. I'm sorry, I must have dropped my phone running away from something, but yeah, I'm fine. I was, but Jeff, I heard something outside. I had to go see what it was. Look, I'm home now, safe and sound. And I'll stay here till you get back, okay? Hurry back. I love you.
We gotta be driving the board to cemetery.
Kelton, you stay here in case you have to go soon.
All right, sir.
Right this way. Paula!
Jeff.
Are you okay?
I'm okay, yeah.
Paula, this is Dr. Edwards. He's a consultant with the Armed Forces. Dr. Edwards, my wife, Paula Treads.
Nice to meet you, Doctor.
It's my pleasure, Mrs. Trent. I'd like to ask you a few questions about what you've seen, if that's all right.
Sure, yeah. Please sit down.
Thank you. I've been gathering information about people's experiences with the UFOs and other odd phenomenon in the area. And since you two had such a close encounter, I'd like to hear more about your impressions.
Have the solenoid charges been planted yet, Tana?
Yes, the other ships have reported in that they're laying the charges around the planet in the specific points. This should be done in 20 hours.
Good. Soon mankind will come to an end and the Earth will be ours.
After that, I came home and locked the doors and stayed in there until you two just arrived this morning. I hope I never see anything like that again.
Well, after your description, Mrs. Trent, I doubt I want to see that either. Now, just for clarification, when you two saw the UFO and it forced you down to the ground by the blast of wind, was it a hot or a cold blast?
It's kind of hard to explain. It wasn't hot or cold. It was just a terrific force. We couldn't get off the ground.
The light was so intense I couldn't see a thing. All I could feel was the pressure of the wind. When it was gone, you could see a glowing ball disappearing off into the distance.
Which way to go?
Towards the cemetery.
This is the most incredible, most detailed account I've ever heard.
And every word of it's true, too.
That's the fantastic part. What's that smell?
I don't know, but it's just like what I smelled last night before I was attacked.
You see anything out there, Calton?
No, I don't see anything, but something's starting to stink out here awful bad.
There's something out there. Get inside!
Probe this!
I always wanted to use this thing.
Mrs. Trent, how did you know cutting off its head would stop it?
I didn't, but it seems to work all the time in the movies, you know, when they cut off zombies' heads.
Now, what do you make of that?
I don't know. I fired every bullet I had at it and didn't even slow down.
It's just like the creature that attacked me last night.
Hello? Why is this an am at Trent House now? Yeah, okay. I can meet you there shortly. Bye.
Doctor, I've been out here so often, I think I'm going to take a lease on the place.
Hope it won't be a long investment. You might lose your shirt on it.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I can't help but feel the answer's out here somewhere.
You're right. Let's go check it out.
Yeah. Miss Trent, you stay with the car.
Yeah, right. This isn't the Dark Ages. I killed one of those things already, you know.
Modern women.
Lieutenant Harper, you better be careful. She can handle herself. You might be surprised.
I guess I've been told what for. Okay, you can't stay with us.
Why, thank you, Lieutenant.
You have a gun?
No.
You know how to use one?
After 4 years in the Special Forces, I certainly do. You know, after seeing Paula in action earlier, I think I'd much prefer a sword.
Yeah, well, swords ain't standard police issue. I don't have one in the car. Glad to use a gun.
So what do you expect to find out there?
Well, there's only one answer to that, Mr. Trent. We'll know when we find it. Now, that's where all the lights and noises seem to be coming from. And that's where we found Inspector Clay's body.
Is that the officer you told me about? The one who disappeared?
That would be the one, Dr. Edwards. Some things just can't happen to a man. He just don't disappear.
Yeah, well, after what we saw draped across Mr. Trench's patio, I'd say we should keep our minds open to anything.
You have more experience dealing with things like UFOs and aliens. And I'll bet my badge right now you haven't seen the last of these weirdos.
They'll discover our ship soon.
You're going to let them find us?
It's the only way to capture them alive. These are some of the same men who've been so close so often to discovering our existence. I recognize that man. He must be halted before he can inform others about us. We'll hold them here for the 20 hours and then set off the selenite charges. I'll turn on the dictator obituary so we can converse with them. A moment or two more, and you'll be the first live Earth people ever to enter a celestial ship.
Wow. How can anything this big be hid for so long without anybody seeing it?
Think about it, Lieutenant. They picked a spot where hardly anybody ever comes to. A cemetery.
I've never heard metal sound like that before.
They're just outside. Open the outer hatch and let them in.
The door's opening.
Look out! Are you going in that thing?
That's what we're here for. Let's go check it out.
Come on, I want to see what's inside.
I don't know. The way these things speed around, we might get in there and off it goes.
That's a chance we have to take.
Come on, I want to see what's in there.
Well, if Ms. Trent's going inside, so am I. Might as well see who's flying it. Get your guns ready.
You bunch of sissies! Get out of my way!
Seems like such a waste.
What does?
Killing that one. She's kind of good looking.
They all have to die. According to our ruler, they're the only species that may someday have the capacity of stopping us taking over the galaxy. Excellent.
Now you two, stay right where you're at.
We'll do as you ask for the moment.
Not for a moment about it, just do as you're told.
You don't need guns. They're of no use to you.
They've been useful before on flesh and blood, and you two look like you have plenty of it.
Hey, you speak English. How's that even possible?
No. We speak our own language. Both sides of the conversation are translated by the dictorotory. And it's true they would be effective against us if you'd had the opportunity to use them.
Lady, you better step away from that control panel or I'll show you just how effective a gun can be.
Whoa, wait. That's what I have to say. Why on our planet and what do you want with us?
Your planet? This planet will soon be a part of our empire. You see, every human being will soon be dead. You see, when we fire off the solenoid charges that we've hidden throughout your world, every living human on the planet will be killed. We'll then resurrect each and every one's body and turn them into a workforce that will be used to build and work in the processing plants. You see, your world's oceans are rich in the most valuable mineral known to exist.
There's no gold in salt water.
Gold? Why we want that useless stuff?
Useless?
She's not talking about gold, she's talking about salt.
You're correct. Salt is the most valuable mineral in the universe, and your world is overflowing with it. We mean to take it all. With your help, of course. Tana, get ready to fire the solenoid charges.
Since you're planning on killing us anyways, what's exactly solenoid?
I might as well tell you. Solenoid is the next evolution in mass destruction. Look at it like this. First we invented an explosive similar to your firecracker. It was a harmless explosive. Then the hand grenade, then the bomb, then a larger bomb. Many people could be killed at one time. Then our scientists stumbled upon the atom bomb, split the atom. And the hydrogen bomb, which exploded the air itself. Now we can cause the destruction of an entire planet using the power of the sun. The only explosion left is solenoid, where we explode the particles of sunlight.
There's no such thing.
Perhaps not to you. Our people have known about it for centuries. You would have stumbled upon it, as they have all the other types of explosives. The juvenile minds you people possess would not have known its power until it was too late. Solenoid is a way of turning the rays of sunlight into a weapon of mass destruction, and that's why we need your salt water. Even now your scientists are working on a way to harness the sun's rays. Very powerful.
What gives you the right to decide our future?
Put the ship in the air.
Captain Tyler.
Captain Tyler, did you find a gun?
Yes, sir. I found a suitable gun. It's from the First World War, but she'll do the job. Yes, sir. The Ion Hunter warhead is loaded and ready to fire.
Alright, I'm going to text you the coordinates.
I've received your coordinates. I'm firing the Ion Hunter now.
Now it's your turn. You color. I'm so sorry about this, Jeff.
We have to get us back on the ground, Jeff.
You need to land this thing.
Let's see. How are we doing? Or not?
That was as safe a landing as possible. I wonder if that's the last we'll see of him.
I hope so. I hope that's the last of them.
I hope so too. But I fear that sooner rather than later, we're going to return with another plan to take over the Earth.
Well, Doctor, we finished our report on the whole thing.
Thank you both. I'm just glad this is all wrapped up.
What are you doing, Dr. Edwards?
Oh, just checking the title for the file. It's usually the incident followed by the date and then the location where it happened. Yes, I was right. It is September 5th, and that's the title for the file. Plan 9.5 from outer space. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Trent, I have to fly back to the Capitol and file this with the other reports from outer space that we've stopped over the years. I trust you'll keep this confidential?
Who'd believe us?
Our lips are sealed, Dr. Edwards. See you later.
My friends, you have seen these incidents based on sworn testimony. Can you prove they didn't happen? Perhaps on your way home, you will pass someone in the dark, and they may be from outer space, but you will never know it. God help us in the future. This is Mike Criswell for EW News.